Hi guys, it's Janet from the Empty Nest again, and if you remember, I had these blue little French nightstands painted Louis Blue, Annie Sloan Louis Blue, and we used the Efex moldings, the little flexible latex moldings, and I applied the bows to both of these. So this is where I left you. In the meantime, up here, I cut out fabric pieces and decoupaged them into these little rectangular inserts just to give a little feminine glam. I also painted these. I don't know if you remember or if you watched the other video, these were black. But then I noticed they had a pretty little flower in them. So I'm probably going to dry brush or do some gilding wax to bring that out. But I like painting hardware. I don't have to buy new hardware and it makes it disappear into the piece. The black was just too stark with all of this. So if you come over here to this one, through the magic of an iPhone cell phone, I've already got one done. I already painted with Louis Blue over the bow. That's what it will look like. And that's on there. It's not going anywhere. It's there. So come back over here and I'll show you how easy. Got my Annie Sloan paintbrush. Picked up some Louis Blue. Remember I said don't worry about the glue? And this is why. Look at that. You're not even going to see it. So just jab, get in all those crevices, and that's it. Every once in a while, you might need 2 coats. I won't know until this dries if I'm going to have to go over and touch it up a little bit, but that's pretty good coverage right there. So I'll leave that alone. And we'll move over to the other one. Now, once you get them on, you've got a couple of options to make this stand out more. Because it's latex underneath there, and you remember what the color was, that tannish color, you don't really want to sand that because it's going to sand back to a color that's not going to be very pleasing. So you have a couple of options. You can dry brush, and remember I did that video on dry brushing. You can use an Annie Sloan brush to do it, a cheap, inexpensive chip brush, whatever you use. The key is, like the word says, dry brush. So I got some old white on here, Annie Sloan Old White, and I'm going to offload. I want almost all of it off. There, just like that, hardly any paint on it. Then I'm just going to come over to where the bow is, and just lightly, just with the tips, I'm not going to press down, just start. See that? Look how pretty. Just bring out some of that detail. And if you happen to get the white paint on the blue, don't worry about it. You can paint over it. It's okay. You can touch it up. There you go. Look at that. So see, that makes that stand out more. So that's one option. Something else you can do, and we're going to do this really fast. So because this is probably barely dry, I'm going to wax over it, so it may take it off, but we're only doing that because we're doing a videotape right now. The other option is to use dark wax to bring out the detail on that bow. So got my Annie Sloan wax brush, pick up a little bit of wax on the end, and I'm waxing. Get that in the... Make sure I have a good amount of wax over there. Push it into the paint. And I'm not grabbing it, I'm not sweating it out here, I'm just getting that on there. Nice and easy. Take a little, I like the Blue Shop towels. Anything lint-free will work, and I'm just wiping away the excess. You got to turn your rag off, and there's the wax, and if you just keep going, that's just going to redeposit. So just gently wipe away the excess. Yeah, that feels nice and dry. Okay. Now, if I want to add dark wax, this is Annie Sloan's dark wax. I'm just going to have a little artist brush. Where's my rag? There it is. I'm just going to kind of tuck around the edge. And because I have clear wax on here first, I'm able to control this dark wax and wipe it back. See that? So it's just a residue. And you can leave as much or as little as you want. It's totally up to you. I can get really detailed and add a lot if I want it to look really old, or just a little bit. I don't have to dark wax the whole thing if I don't want to. So that makes it stand out also. So that's where I've gotten so far. I think I'm going to do a little old white trim up here, and I'm going to add, I love these little teardrop effects. I'm going to add those right there and paint them Louis Blue and do the same thing, a little dry brush, a little old wax, and it's going to be gorgeous. So stay tuned. We'll come back again and let you see the whole finished project. But find your local stockist in the meantime. Tell her you want to learn how to do the wax, you want to learn how to embellish your pieces, and she's going to be more than happy to help you. So we'll see you again soon. Thanks.